Let me start with something that might completely change how you think about aging. There's a massive study called the Danish Twin Study. Researchers followed thousands of identical twins over decades. Same genes, same DNA. And here's what they found: only about 10% of how long you live is determined by genetics. The other 90%? That's lifestyle, within your biological limits. In other words, your genes load the gun, but your daily habits pull the trigger. That discovery led researchers to ask a better question: not how do I hack aging, but where in the world are people already living the longest, healthiest lives? Without trying? That's where the idea of blue zones comes from. Because let's be honest, in the United States, there's widespread confusion about how to live a longer, healthier life. One week it's keto. Next week it's carnivore. Then fasting, cold plunges, supplements, biohacks, $300 powders, and a new guru every 6 months. So here's the real question: what actually helps people live longer and feel good while doing it? Research approach. This wasn't guesswork. Dan Buettner, longevity researcher and founder of the Blue Zones, partnered with National Geographic and the National Institute on Aging. They didn't look at individuals, they looked at entire regions. The rules were strict: verified birth records, high concentrations of people over 90 and 100, low rates of chronic disease, and lifestyles that existed before modern medicine. They brought in demographers, epidemiologists, nutritionists, and anthropologists. Different cultures, different continents. And then they asked, what do all these long-lived people have in common? Before we get to those answers, we need to clear up a few myths. Myth busting about longevity. Myth number 1: if you try hard enough, anyone can live to 100. That sounds motivating, but it's not true. In the US, only about 1 in 5,000 people make it to 100. Humans weren't designed for longevity. We were designed for reproduction and survival until our kids, and maybe grandkids, were okay. From an evolutionary standpoint, once you've passed that stage, natural selection kind of stops caring. So yes, lifestyle matters a lot. But reaching 100 usually means good habits and winning part of the genetic lottery. The goal isn't to guarantee 100. The goal is to feel good for as long as possible. Myth number 2: there are treatments that slow or reverse aging. There aren't. Aging damage is cumulative and irreversible. Brain cells die and don't come back. Joint cartilage wears down. Plaque builds up in arteries. Neurodegenerative diseases accumulate. Your body has around 35 trillion cells, constantly dividing. Every division creates tiny errors. Over decades, those errors compound, and aging accelerates, especially later in life. So no pill, injection, or protocol can stop that. But here's the good news. Reframing the goal: healthspan versus lifespan. Biologically, most humans can live to about 90 years, slightly longer for women. But the average American life expectancy is around 78. That's a 12-year gap. And those years are usually spent with heart disease, diabetes, dementia, limited mobility. The Blue Zone's question isn't, how do we live forever? It's, how do we reclaim those missing healthy years? Blue Zone case studies. Let us first look at Sardinia, Italy. In the mountainous Moro region of Sardinia, men live longer than almost anywhere on Earth. And they're not fragile. These guys are walking hills into their 90s. Why? Constant low-intensity movement, shepherding, walking, climbing. Mostly plant-based diets. Whole grains, beans. Small amounts of grass-fed cheese. Red wine that is rich in polyphenols. But the secret weapon? Status. Older men are respected, included, valued. This creates what researchers call the grandmother or grandparent effect. Elders live longer, and kids do better. Let us look at the second one, Okinawa, Japan. Okinawan women have the longest life expectancy, the longest disability-free years, very low rates of heart disease and cancer. Their diet? Mostly vegetables, sweet potatoes, tofu and soy, fish occasionally, very little meat or dairy. They eat off small plates with pre-portioned meals. And they follow one rule, hara hachibu. Stop eating when you're 80% full. Socially, they form moai, lifelong support groups. And they have ikigai, a reason to wake up in the morning. There is no real concept of retirement. The next is Loma Linda, California. This one's huge, because it's in the US. Seventh-day Adventists in Loma Linda live, women, 9 years longer. Men, 11 years longer. They're ethnically diverse but share habits, mostly plant-based diets. Minimal processed food. No smoking. Weekly 24-hour Sabbath, built-in stress reduction. Daily walking, often in nature. Strong community reinforcement. Some of the most active 90-year-olds ever studied live here. The 9 common denominators, Blue Zones principles. Across all blue zones, 9 patterns repeat. 1. Natural movement, life itself keeps you active. 2. Purpose, ikigai, meaning, responsibility. 3. Downshifting, daily stress relief rituals. 4. 80% rule, stop before you're stuffed. 5. Plant-slanted diet, beans, vegetables, nuts, meat is rare, not banned. 6. Wine, moderation, small amounts, socially. 7. Belonging, faith or spiritual community. 8. Loved ones first, family comes before everything. 9. Right tribe, friends who reinforce healthy behavior. Important clarifications, so this isn't misleading. Quick but important notes. Diet, blue zones do eat meat, fish, and dairy, just rarely and in high quality. Correlation versus causation, these patterns cluster together, no single habit works alone. Genetics, lifestyle can't overcome everything, but it massively shifts odds. Omitted regions, only areas with verified records and long-standing patterns were included in this study. Modern science, things like biotech and telomeres may help, but they don't replace lifestyle. Quick takeaway, you don't need perfection, just direction. Longevity versus quality, living longer means nothing if those years are miserable. Why modern fixes fail? Diets fail because they rely on willpower. Exercise programs fail because they're temporary. Pills fail because they ignore behavior and environment. Longevity isn't about discipline. It's about design. Your surroundings. Your routines. Your people. In conclusion, the biggest surprise from the blue zones? It's not food. It's not exercise. It's friends and community. The people who live longest aren't optimizing life. They're sharing it. So if you want to add years to your life, and life to your years, don't chase hacks. Design a lifestyle and social ecosystem that pulls you toward health automatically. If this helped you see longevity differently, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.